Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming. I'm your host, Octane. Today we start with the comments from the last video that I posted, which was 2 days ago. Sorry for the late running of this video. Possible deck combination should have been done yesterday. However, I was on nights, and when I'm on nights, it's really difficult to get around to most things. So we're gonna start first with Nice Minds. I will craft the deck. Too bad there is no Beast Killer boost like you mentioned. The second one comes from Snite. You forgot to read the special passive of the UF. Something new to set. We'll address that soon. And the last one comes from Leslie Rose. Oh my god. So thanks for your comments. I really appreciate it. We're gonna address what Snite mentioned. So we're gonna have a look at the UF, and we're gonna have a look at the Master Collection card and the Ultra Rare as well, and we're gonna see the combinations that we can actually come up with using these cards. Okay, so we're gonna go straight in and have a look at the ultimate form first. The ultimate form, Afterlife Alliance. Let's see if we can find it. I did manage to get a copy of the Master Collection card yesterday in the 500 gem vault, and today in the, I think it's 300 gem vault, did manage to get a copy of the Ultra Rare. So that was quite lucky, and I crafted the ultimate form, Afterlife Alliance. So Afterlife Alliance, the passive that I didn't read through the day before yesterday was this one: Empowering Dance. Create up to 10 light power gem 5s whenever this era attacks, at a base of 5 gems and 5 more when improved. And improve comes from AfterWorld immunity. Improves Empowering Dance to create 10 power gem 5s for 3 turns. So whenever you activate the battle skill, it improves Empowering Dance, and that one can create up to 10 power gem 5s, which is quite good. So let's have a look at some of the possible deck combinations that I came up with. Bear in mind, I was on nights. That's the reason why I didn't manage to do this video yesterday. I'm doing it today, and this is a, let's have a look. This is a combination that you probably might be able to come up with for the Crusade maps. However, you might not have Light Open Justice. If you haven't got Light Open Justice, you can replace this with another card. When you're going through the quest maps, you can use one of your friends or one of your guildmates ultimate form, so you can get killer skill for this combination. I'm using Glorious Golems to give me a bit of affinity gems, namely dark power gems, and this one will create quite a number of dark power gems. It's got 2 passive that creates power gems. The first passive is Overwhelm. Every free turn it will create 5 dark power gem freeze. If you're supercharged, it will create 10. We are not going to be supercharged because we're not using high performance unit area or unit area. The second passive, Focus Energy. Each time this area attack, it creates 4 dark gems and 3 dark power gem 4s. So you create quite a number of dark gems there. Light Open Justice. Light Open Justice has got the killer skill. It's got the Beast Killer skill. It also creates a ultimate gem. The ultimate gem, originally in its inception when it first came out last February, I think around about the Valentine's week, the ultimate gem was really a powerhouse. It gave you a real bang for your buck, but they nerfed it and now it doesn't really do much, so it's nothing really to celebrate about. King Beyond, it's the support card. It will give you 10 light gems and it will heal for 3000% of your recovery. This one is the event card. Its battle skill will create 5 power gem 4s whenever the hero attack for 3 turns. It doesn't have a passive, so for 3 turns this card can give you 5 power gem 4s. I've got 2 copies of those. This can be used in the quests. Not recommended to use it against the guild bosses unless you're going up against really low health guild bosses. This one, I came up with the concept of using glorious golems along with high performance unit area to give me my off affinity gems. High performance unit area would give me the status, which increases the attack output of Untamable 2-Sum by 2500%. Untamable 2-Sum, when it gets up to 300 skill point, can give me 27 power gem freeze. Afterlife Alliance would give me the killer status, and Inglorious Outlaw would give me an additional 27 power gem. It's from the same deck as Untamable 2-Sum. However, it's a bit difficult to play. I think Inglorious Outlaw could be replaced by one of 2 cards from the current deck. You can either replace it with the Master Collection card or the Ultra Rare. If you're going up against a boss that has got Chaos, you might double up on the Dispel for Chaos. Chaos does exactly what it says, it creates Chaos. Or if you're going up against a boss that has got it's not Toxin, what it's called, let's find out. Weaken. So if you're going up against a boss that's got Weaken, you might want to use this card. Dispels Weaken. Weaken does affect a performance unit area because she does an heal, so it affects any card that doesn't heal. So this card, our performance unit area, is weak to Weaken and it's weak to Toxin. It dispels almost every other debuff, doesn't dispel buff. This is another combination that works quite well. It's using Hope, Light and Justice, which will give us 800% damage increase, alongside Afterlife Alliance, which will give us 900% damage increase. That's a grand total of 1700% damage increase. Afterlife Alliance does give you a 70% damage increase from its battle skill. And you've got Beyond, which is the ultra rare, which will give you a 70% increase as well. So that's a lot of damage increase put onto the shoulders of this card. So this card will benefit from the increase from all the cards on the board. So this card will give it the 800% increase from its killer skill. This will give it 70% damage increase from its battle skill, 900% damage increase from its killer skill. This one will give it 70% damage increase from its battle skill as well, and high performance unit area will increase its attack output by 2500%. So that gives us quite a number of damage and attack increase. And this card, an Immortal Killer, will create most of your power gems. So this one, if you get the activation quite right, you can deal up to about 150 to 200 trillion from Untamable 2-Sum. I've done it once or twice. However, because I haven't been using the deck for that long, because I got the ultimate form about 5-6 hours ago, I'm not really very good at using the deck at the moment. This is my main deck that I'm using for the quests. This one is quite simple to play. You power the cards, activate all the battle skills, wait on the cooldown to expire, activate them again, and just keep swapping the gems, and you go straight through the quest. Quite easy, quite simple. This one, haven't tried it out, I just put it together. It basically works in much the same manner as this one. So we're gonna try those out and see how we actually get on using each one of these combination. Let's try the quest map first and foremost. So I haven't been going through the Carillion quest maps simply because I don't really concentrate on Carillion bosses. I hate playing Carillion guild bosses. To actually take out a Carillion guild boss on your own will take, let's get rid of the sound. Okay, so let's take care of the sound. Yeah, as I was saying, to actually take out a Carillion guild boss on your own, even with a powerful deck, might take you 5 minutes, 6 to 9 keys. If you haven't got a really powerful deck, it will take you probably 15 keys, 10 minutes. So it does take a long time to take out a Carillion guild boss by your lonesome. If you've got a really good guild, really powerful guild, and you can basically get everybody together to do a frenzy, it might take you a lot less time. If you've got a few people in the guild with really powerful decks. So this one isn't really doing a lot against the Carillion map. I did try it against a diamond map. It doesn't work. It does work really well on the diamond map. It doesn't really work very well against the Carillion map because it's not really doing a lot against the boss. So we're almost out of health. I primarily concentrate, as I said, on the diamond bosses, simply because I find it much more exciting to play. There we got the ultimate gem, and as I said before, on the inception of the ultimate gem, it does massive damage when you use the ultimate gem. Doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, I find the diamond bosses, they're not much easier, but they're far more easier than the Carillion bosses. The diamond guild bosses are much better to play. It wastes less time if you've got a really good deck, and the quest map is much easier to go through. And if we do the calculation, you get around about 130. Yeah, around about 130, a bit more than 130, but let's leave it at 130. You get about 130 trophies to kill one diamond guild boss, and you get about 282, around about that amount of trophies to kill a Carillion guild boss, which takes you longer. So if it's gonna take you 10 minutes to kill one Carillion guild boss by yourself, that's 282, 84, run about that amount of trophies. While you can spend that 10 minutes killing, say, 5 to 6 diamond bosses, it works out far better. So I just stick to diamond guild bosses. Diamond bosses, really. I think the diamond bosses are worth the time and effort. I don't think the Carillion guild bosses are worth the time and effort by yourself. But if you got a full team attacking the Carillion guild boss, then it's worth the time doing the frenzy with your guildmates. So let's try this one out on the diamond quest map and see how we get on. So what I'm using in this combination is 2 copies of the event card, which you probably would be able to get one from the 6-star collection if you're lucky enough. If you went up to tier 4, you would have gotten 1. Everybody does get a copy of the support card if you get up to the second tier of the pack. So I just activate all the cards that's gonna produce power gems for me passively, and I go from there. You can put other cards on the deck if you haven't got Hope, Light, and Justice. If you add one of your friends or guildmates' ultimate form to the mix, then you get the killer skill, and you can use it to go through the diamond quest maps. Carillion quest map is going to take a lot more power, because as you see, I didn't really do much against the Carillion boss in the wave fight, but here I'm doing far better. So I'm just demonstrating the effectiveness of this deck and its potential. Its potential is limited to diamond boss. It's not going to perform however against the diamond guild bosses. You're going to need help for that. That is the reason why it's very important to be in an active guild. If you're in a dead guild, you're not really going to do much. A dead guild doesn't do anything for anybody. You need to be in an active guild. Active guilds are much better. Big shout out to my guild, Dang. It's a really good guild. So if you are an active player and you're looking for a really good guild, you can look us up. It's called Dang, DNG. There is a few of them out there. They are basically all the same guild. It's just the main guild, then you got the sister guilds as well. They have really helped me out a lot in GVG, because I wasn't a GVG focused player. I was a player that was mostly focused on event. Because if you take a look at most of my videos, you've never really seen me demonstrate how to basically put together a GVG deck and go up against a really strong GVG defense, because most of the guilds that I've been with haven't been focused mainly on GVG. They're mainly focused on events. Some are focused on slayers, some are focused on commander, some are focused on all events. But this guild that I'm in is mainly GVG focused. However, they do take part in every event, and they have got a strategy for every event. You have to follow the rules as well. From time to time, I do become very busy and miss my GVG attack. Some of the time I do fall short on my GVG attack. I'm basically learning GVG. But when it comes to the events, I'm not too bad at the events. There we go. So as you can see, this obtainable version, I wouldn't say cheap, obtainable version, did manage to go through the quest map relatively easy. So it's something that you could throw together if you've got the cards. As I said, if you haven't got Hope, Light, and Justice, but you've got more than one copy of the event card, or more than one copy of the support card, you could put it in there. Add the Glorious Golems. If you haven't got a Glorious Golem, but you've got another card that can spawn off Affinity Gem, you can throw it in. You can put all Commander Relics, because the wave fights haven't got shields, so you're safe there. Now we're gonna look at this combination. This combination, it has got the potential to do well. However, I haven't got the activation sequence down yet. When I said down, I mean I'm still working on the activation sequence, how to best use it. I haven't got any Carillion boss keys, so we have to stick to our diamond bosses, or ruby bosses. So we're gonna do diamond bosses. So the activation sequence, I'm still working on that. But from what I've learned about the deck so far is you activate both your ultimate form and master collection card, and the turn following that is when you start to produce your 10 power gems passively. Beyond the golden will produce power gems when you activate the battle skill. So we're gonna go ahead. This is my farming deck, so we're not gonna use my farming deck. No way now we're gonna use a farming deck. We're gonna use this one. So we're gonna go into the battle. We want to power up high performance unit areas battle skill quite early. That gives us an immunity, and it gives us the status to increase the attack output of untable 2 sum. So we need to get that one up and running as quickly as possible. So we're going to activate that, and we're just gonna keep pouring away. What we want to do here is that we want to try and get our commander skill points as high as possible so we can produce as much light power gems as possible. Now what I tend to do is activate high performance unit areas battle skill a turn before I actually activate Afterlife Alliance, because Afterlife Alliance along with a performance unit area does give you a immunity. So I'm going to activate it now, and I've got a second immunity. Okay, so we've been hit by none other than chaos, which does exactly what it said. It does create chaos. So you could see that I had a full board of power gems on, and it just created havoc on the board. So let's activate high performance unit areas battle skill. That will dispel it. The ultimate form is meant to dispel it, but it didn't, so it put us in a really compromising position. So we're going to activate the ultimate forms battle skill now. We're going to take the hit, and then we're going to activate all the other cards, including Glorious Golem. So let's see the damage output. Did take me a while to get there, but I did get there in the end. So you see 102 trillion for Untamable 2 sum. So it has got the potential to do really well. However, chaos does create a lot of chaos. One of the things that you could do is double up on the dispel. So you could take Inglorious Outlaw out and replace that with the ultra rare for the current event, Born, Beyond the golden, and that will double up on the dispel for chaos. So let's try out now that we've got 2 cards that actually dispels chaos, and see if we can actually perform a lot better. Because if we weren't hit with chaos, we could get probably 2 or 3 attacks out of this deck, but we only got 1 attack because chaos just ruined everything for me. But once we got rid of chaos, the deck was able to perform quite well. So let's get our performance unit areas battle skill going. I'm gonna activate that. Then we're gonna activate Afterlife Alliance. That's gonna give us a second immunity and give us the status. That gives us our 10 power gem on the board. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna activate Glorious Golem, the ultimate form, the ultra rare, and then last but not least, untamable twosome. Let's see the damage output. 500 trillion for untamable twosome. So that's the power behind that deck. Yes, it was 2 attack, but the second attack was much more powerful than the first, simply because I added a second card to dispel chaos. So we got rid of chaos, then we could perform quite well. So that is a deck that can actually perform quite well against the Carillion Guild bosses. Let's look at the second combination, see if the second combination is as good as the first. So the second combination uses Light Open Justice in place of Glorious Golem. What's going to happen here is that we're not going to produce as much dark power gems on the board. However, our skill point will be generated quite quicker, because we're going to get 10 from Light Open Justice, 10 from Untamable Twosome, which gives us 20. We've actually only got one Commander Relic on board, so 25. So every 4 turn we will generate, as long as we attack, we're gonna generate 20 in 25. 4 times 25, 100. So that will take us 12 turns before we get up to the maximum skill point of 300. When you get up to 300 skill point as well, you will create an ultimate gem. The ultimate gem does add to your damage, not a massive bang, which is really a shame, but it does give you additional damage. I think they should revert back to what it was when it first came out, because only the old ultimate forms create ultimate gems, and the ultimate gem would add to the value of the old ultimate forms. So I think they should revert back to what it was when it first came out, where you get a massive bang for your buck. Again, we want to power up high performance unit areas battle skill as quickly as possible. We're not producing as much dark gems on the board, so we don't want to activate any of the cards that's gonna produce dark power gem passively. We will okay, so we've been hit again by chaos. We've got 2 cards on the board that can dispel chaos, so we're gonna use high performance unit areas battle skill to get rid of that, which is the beauty about that card. So it's been dispelled, so we just want to keep attacking with our light commander cards to get the skill point up. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna activate the ultimate form. Now after I activate the ultimate form, then what we're gonna do is wait for the passive to kick in. It kicks in, then we activate everything else. The only problem with this combination, you haven't got a lot of dark gems on the board, so most of your gems will be crushed. So it isn't as powerful as its counterpart, simply because you're not creating as much dark gem on the board. But this combination has got the potential to do really well, but I think the previous combination is far better than this one. So we want to create a bit of dark gem on the board, so we have to attack with high performance unit area. So we run out of time using this combination. We didn't do quite well with this combination. This combination, I believe, lacks the ability to create dark power gems on the board. Even though we can increase our skill points significantly quite quickly, it isn't as powerful. However, what we could do with this combination, instead of using Beyond, we could swap Beyond Ironside. Swap this one using Glorious Golem instead. So let's find the Glorious Golem. We don't want age, we want power. Now this one should be a bit better, but bear in mind, chaos can be a problem, and we haven't got a second card to dispel chaos, so we have only got one card to dispel chaos, so we will be hit by chaos at some point. If we have got the battle skill ready for our performance unit area, that will actually give us a big help. So let's see if we can do what we need to do before we get hit by chaos. So we are producing far more dark power gems on the board now because we've got high performance unit area. This combination should be a lot more powerful than what it was before. So we are generating quite a bit of commander skill point, and we're just gonna keep running that until we get up to about 150 skill point. So we're at 92 skill point, so we're gonna activate, so we just activate our performance unit areas battle skill. We're gonna activate Afterlife Alliance battle skill and get our second immunity, get our damage boost going, and now we're gonna activate first and foremost Hoplite and Justice, then we activate Glorious Golem, then we activate Untamable Twosome's battle skill last but not least, and see the damage output we have generated using this card. 27. Not really what I was expecting. I was expecting far more power behind this combination. Really and truly, I was expecting far more power. But let's go again and see if we are able to generate more power. Bear in mind that we haven't got the ultra rare giving us the second damage boost, so we are lacking in that department. Okay, so we're not out of time. So we're up to 207 skill point, but we are out of time. It's difficult to play the deck and talk at the same time, so maybe when I'm not talking I could get this deck to actually perform really, really well. But it is another possible combination that you could use if you've got the current deck. If you haven't got the current deck, what you could use instead of Afterlife Alliance, you could use another card in space of this one that will dispel chaos, and then you could just run Untamable Twosome as the main damage dealer, Light Open Justice as the card that would give you the killer boost, and Glorious Golems alongside other performance unit area. It won't be as powerful as say this combination or this combination, but it will be a combination that will enable you to perform within the event. So that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully information does highlight a bit about the deck and will enable you to come up with a deck creation that works really well. If really well, I would love to hear from you. You could leave it in the comment section below. If you've got a comment or question, you can leave it in the comment section below as well. Until next time, when we look at another RPG game, this is Octane saying like, subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for your time. Peace, and see you soon. Bye for now.